right, everybody, what's happening? What's good? Happy New Year. This is Rob Dean, the place to be. Starting off a new spin-off series at the Diggie A-2 platform called The New Class. Now, The New Class is what we have decided to do to showcase independent artists at different levels of their career. And we have chosen the first one to start this series off with Hitta Castro. Now, if you have not heard of Hitta Castro, you need to do your homework. This brother is up and coming. Actually, to what I would think, he's already arrived. He's just trying to get to the next plateau with his music and his entertainment career. So he decided to spend some time with us. So I'm truly blessed, truly humble. But to give you a little bit of background of what Hitta Castro has done, he has worked with Snow the Product, one of the hottest female rappers that I've seen in a really, really long time out of the West Coast. He's worked with Dynasty. He's worked with Skinny from the Nine. He's done 2 movies. He's got mad singles out there. You guys go out there and check out Hitta Castro. Some of the singles that I like that I pulled out from his catalog was What's the Move, I Need You, and I think one of the new ones he did called Body Calling. I like that. Real smooth, real sexy. I love that joint, man. So I had the honor and distinct privilege of bringing in Hitta Castro to come and spend some time with us on this platform, and for you all to get a feel for Hitta Castro. And this is an exclusive interview as well, too. There'll be some things I'm going to ask that he has not been asked before. So I'm really, really excited about that. So let me bring him in. And Hitta Castro, what is good, my dude? What's happening? And introduce yourself to the folks, man. What's good, homie?
What's going on, world? What's going on, world? It's Hitta Castro, man. We live in here.
Yeah, man, we in the building. Hitta Castro's in the building. So for my audience, Hitta Castro, can you just introduce yourself? Give us a little bit of background of where you from, how you get started in this entertainment biz, and then we'll get on going from there, yo.
Well, I'm Hitta Castro. I'm a Puerto Rican rapper, artist, and I'm originally born in Massachusetts but raised in California.
That's what's up, man. And you know, like I tell folks all the time, this is a mad inside joke. But y'all know the queen, Jess Dalby, she's Puerto Rican too. And I tell everybody, like, yo, I'm Puerto Rican. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm married to Puerto Rican. So I'm Puerto Rican too. You know what I mean? I like arroz gandules. I like pernil. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
It just hits right.
So I know too. So, but I'm totally kidding, man, though. But yo, real talk, Hitta Castro. I'm glad that you spend time with us today, man. Like, Happy New Year, all the many blessings to you, man. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna jump right into it. And the first question that I want to ask you, and for our audience, is you make like all different kinds of genres of music. I've heard a little bit of reggaeton, a little hip hop, a little R&B, a little bit of pop even. I've heard of some of your stuff. So what is your favorite type of music that you like to create for yourself?
For myself, it's dance music, because dance music has no age. Everyone is able to dance if you got that right song. So I like doing that type of music.
Yeah, dance music is dope. Like, are you talking like EDM or just like something to keep the crowd moving?
More like Caribbean. But I could do that in the Spanish when I do my Spanish collabs too, where it's like more of like a Afro type of beat.
Yeah, I feel that, man. I feel that. I think it's always good. Anytime you can keep the crowd moving, you know what I mean? Keep the crowd going, and I think that's great. Do you find a lot of that when you do live performances, where the crowd reacts to you more when you're doing like dance music and things like that, or is that just
it all depends. It all depends on the crowd. So when I go to other venues, I always try to make sure what my crowd is going to be, so I can deliver them the right performances that they want. Sometimes people don't want to hear that certain song. They want to hear this song from me. So I always try to match what I'm going to be doing for my performances. But there are some performances where they only want all the dancers.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. Yeah. I think that's a great idea, man. And I love dance music. I'm like kind of one of those, this is going to sound crazy, right? But I listen to a lot of Hispanic music, but I love salsa music, like old school salsa music. Not the new stuff. I'm talking about like the 70s and the late 80s, like the old school stuff. And people look at me like, yo,
yes.
You know what I mean? Like, I like the old school stuff. Like, I don't know, man. I'm just weird like that. But yeah, I got a whole playlist of like Latin music, and it's all old school like salsa music. And they're like, yo, you don't want to update to the new stuff? I'm like, nah, man, I like the old school feel.
Yeah,
man.
the classic is
with the horns and the feel, you know what I mean? Like, you can't recreate that. Them old school cats knew what they were doing with that Caribbean music, man. Like,
yeah, definitely.
So, mad love to Puerto Rican music, man, and just island music in general, yo. You know what I mean? Like, I think this shit is dope. But all right, so with that in mind, so you like to create dance music depending upon the kind of mood you're in. I want to talk
Correct.
about next about your creative process. What is your creative process? How do you approach creating music?
So right now, it's the way I do it now is different than how I used to do it. I have to have the beat talks to me because I realized when I used to just get on a beat and I don't really feel it, I just write a record and then it's just a record. But I noticed when I actually feel it and the beat talks to me and then I get into this crazy zone, the record gets more noticed and people like that record more. So now I just make sure that the beat is talking to me and I got my team around me and we focus on that right beat and then we'll be able to do that. So like I have gotten beats where it's like, it's not talking to me at the moment, so I'm gonna save that beat for later. But this beat is talking to me now. I'm feeling it, it's vibing, let's get it, and then that song takes off, and then a lot of people like it. And I notice when I do it that way, it's just more better for my supporters and fans because they're getting the real of me, and they're not getting like just a rushed record.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel that. So is there anything else you need in the studio to like kind of jolt that creative process, whether it's, you know, smoking a little bit, drinking a little bit, having certain people around you, or anything else that can influence your creative process?
Well, I don't drink and
Okay.
I don't smoke.
Oh, okay.
So,
Well, okay. That's what's up.
yeah, I used to smoke when I was younger, but not no more. I normally just have my team, so it'll be like my producer, it'll be my manager, it'll probably be like my son, but I keep like a small circle in the studio, you know.
Yeah, I feel that, man. Cause yeah, well, me and the Queen, no, our circle is about that big, and that's probably tighter than that. So yeah, you know what I mean. Like it's probably tighter than that. So I get it, man. Like you got to keep the people around you. You know what I always thought about, man? Like people around you that are positive thinkers and people that are pushing. Like, you know, one of the songs you made was "What's the Move?" Like, "What's the move?" is like, "What's next?" You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing next? And that's kind of like our mantra too. Like, what is it? Okay, I've done this already. What's next? Like, I love that about you, man, because you're hungry. You're a young lion. And I appreciate that about you, man. Like you're always like looking at what's next, with whether it's collaboration, whether it's a show, or whether it's an artist you want to collaborate with. Like I love that about you, man. So that's dope, man. That's really, really dope.
Definitely. I read a lot of books about entrepreneurs and how they succeed, and they just got to keep moving. So that's why I try to have that mindset and just keep moving.
Yeah, no doubt, man. No doubt. You can't stay stagnant, man. Yeah, definitely, man. Especially in today's time, because if you stay stagnant, you get left behind, and you definitely don't want that. You know what I mean?
Time goes fast.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So, all right, now, here is the next question. This one's going to make you think a little bit. Let's talk about hip-hop and hip-hop music, hip-hop culture for a second. What do you think is your opinion, rather, about the state of hip-hop in 2020, going into 2021? What do you think the state of hip-hop? Are we in good shape right now? Are we on life support? What is your take on the state of hip-hop right now, hip-hop music?
So we have to talk about the definition of hip hop, because when I was growing up, just like how you was growing up, we was listening to like KRS-One. We was listening to like people who was really spitting, telling stories with bars. Now it's more different. So kids nowadays think the hip hop now is hip hop, but we don't think that that's hip hop because we're more of versatile delivery, storytelling with bars. Now it's not that. So in my opinion, I feel like hip hop will always be hip hop because of our legends, but everything does increase in time and everything does change. So I still feel like the music nowadays, some music can still get me going. I'm like, yeah, I rock with this. You know what I mean? But there's a lot of music that I just do not listen to at all.
Yeah.
At all. So it's like, I look at hip hop as like it involves, but you still gotta have some of that classic style. But I don't feel like it's dead, but because we still have some lyrical artists out now who still want to bring it alive. But a lot of people nowadays don't want to hear that. So they want to hear what's now popping. So
yeah, you bring up an excellent point. And I think that for anyone that considers themselves a hip hop head or a hip hop artist, you know, there's a difference between hip hop and rap. And sometimes you got to break that down for some people. Like, yo, rap is like the braggadocio. I got all of my money and cars and ladies. Hip hop is the culture. Like, you know what I mean? Like, hip hop is about lyricism. And, you know, we talked about the 5 elements of hip hop a while back, you know, with the graffiti and breakdancing and like the DJ, the MC. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that is the essence of hip hop. Now, with that in mind, though, I don't see a lot of that nowadays, and I'm not mad at that, to be honest with you. I think hip hop, like you mentioned, it evolved. It evolved to what it is now. So, there's some young cats, we don't name no names, you know what I'm saying? There's some cats that I do like right now, like you mentioned.
Correct.
There's a lot of cats I don't like. But I think there are a few artists, artists like yourself that are multi-genre. You know what I mean? You don't put yourself in a box. You make hip hop music, yes, but I also do these other things as well too. So I think that's the way to go if you want to be an entertainer. Is just don't put yourself in a box, man. Like do hip hop, do reggaeton, do all kinds of different things. Of course, you want to be great at one thing, but you want to be good at others. But I wanted if you get your opinion about the state of hip hop, because depending upon who you ask, a lot of people consider it on life support. I've heard cats said hip hop is still dead. I'm like, I don't know if I agree with that, man. I still think there's some folks that are really getting after it, you know what I mean, keeping the culture alive, but it's just different. That's all it is, man. It's just different.
It definitely is different. This is my motto that I live by every day when I create music. If I only just stick with just rap, and I walk into a room and there's 5 executives, only 2 of them may listen to rap. So now I just lost 3 other deals. So if I could bring a variety of music, I could probably get 4 out of those 5.
Yep. So
that's my motto. I cannot just stay in one box. I have to literally do everything and perfect it. So if I do get that opportunity, they'll be like, this person is such a marketable artist and we can do him in anything.
Yeah. Yeah, that's dope, man. That's dope. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. It's kind of like having the mind state of different streams of revenue, right? You don't want to have like one source of income. You want to have different sources of income coming from all the different directions. And if you put yourself in a box, you're limiting yourself and your potential. So I definitely agree with that analogy, man. That's dope, man. That's spot on, yo. So let's talk about something else, man. A question I'm sure that a lot of the ladies that are watching right now are interested in. Okay. You seem really popular with the ladies, my dude. You know what I mean? I've seen you doing your thing. And so, like, are you married? Are you single? Are you seeing somebody? Like, Howard's? And, one of the things I do want to say before I even get into that is you have a lot of respect for the ladies as well, too. So I do want to put that out there for our audience, that Hitta has a tremendous respect for ladies and females in hip hop. So I definitely want to put that premise out there before we even get started with that question. So before we dive into that, but what is it, man? What is it? What is your take with the ladies, man? I know you're a ladies man right now. So how has that world been like for you, bro?
Well, it's different because I'm married. I'm married, about to go on 2 years. And I'm blessed to have a wife who's so supportive and understanding that the music I do sometimes bring a lot of female fans. Yeah. So what I try to do is I just try to be as neutral as possible and show decent amount of love and respect for my supporters, but not too much to where they feel like, hey, I'm trying to get with them or none of that other type of stuff, because I support my relationship and I want to also show off, like, you can be a rapper and be married, because a lot of people in this industry feels like you have to be single. You have to be single to pop. And I don't feel like that's right. It's like, you got a right lady who's holding you down. You want to show her off. You want to let people know, like, nah, that's the reason who's making me happy right now. Let's show relationship goals.
Yeah, I think that's super, super important, man. So shout out to you, man. In 2 years of marriage, I know it's tough. I know it ain't easy. Me and Jess been married 10 years and counting, so I know my dude. I've walked that path. But you know what, man? Like, to be honest with you, like, it's always, I know it's a kind of cliche kind of thing to say, but behind every strong man is a strong woman. Maybe a stronger woman, because Jessica does everything for me. Like, she tells me where to be. Like, I'm here. She does all that stuff. You know what I mean? So I couldn't be successful if it wasn't for her having a bigger vision for this platform. You know what I mean? So I definitely want to give a shout out to her for sure. Have her meet with you, and and I do want to understand how much of an importance of a good woman is in your life. So definitely.
And that is true, because when you are with a girl who doesn't support and has like their own mindset, trying to do your music can cause a lot more stress because you're with someone who doesn't understand and it becomes a problem. So when you get someone who really supports and really understands your grind and it becomes like a teamwork, that emotion and feeling is like, wow, like I could literally tell a whole album right now because I got you right next to me. Yes. Versus, dang, I got to get home because this one's tripping or this one's that, like.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I definitely hear you, man. So mad respect to you for that, man. And I appreciate your humbleness in regards to that as well, too, and have respect for your wife and for your family, man. So mad love for you, homie. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
All right, now the last question, and what I think is the most important question of this interview is the future. What does the future look like for Hitta Castro? What are going to be some of the short-term, long-term goals? What are some of the projects you're currently working on? What do you want people when they watch this interview to know that you're working on going into the future?
Okay, well, I first want to start off by saying real entrepreneurs do not tell what they're about to do because they want to shock the world. But because I'm giving this an exclusive straight on this podcast, I'm going to explain certain of the things that I'm going to be doing. So I got another film project that was offered to me. So hopefully everything goes well and 2021 becomes a good year as far as COVID, where I'll be able to work on this next movie project. So I'll be filming in another movie. I'm going to be doing a Kuwait tour where I'm going to be going to Kuwait, doing a lot of Middle East shows and working with a lot of Middle East artists. So that's going to be really huge for me. And I have like a few singles that I feel like is going to take off. And I'm actually going to do, just exclusively for your podcast, I'm going to show a sample of one of those songs later.
All right, that's what's up, man. So y'all heard it first. Hitta Castro dropping some new on the Diggie A-2 podcast, man. We're going to say that for the end. I'm excited about that. That's going to be dope, man. I can't wait for that, man. But to wrap things up, Hitta Castro, I just want to give you an opportunity to get some shout outs, man. Like, who do you want to give thanks to your success in your career? Who do you want to see this podcast or hear it or listen to it, whichever platform you're looking at it on? This is your time, sir, to give thanks to those that help you get to where you are right now. So the floor is yours, my good sir.
All right. Well, I first want to start off by giving a shout outs to my wife, Michelle Castro. I love you, man. I love the support we have, and we're going to keep pushing it. I want to support this platform.
Word.
Because I feel like this platform right here is giving opportunities for upcoming artists to get a voice. So I definitely want to give a shout out to you and your queen.
Man. Appreciate it, homie.
Want to give a shout out to my manager, King Bags, my producer, 314, my other producer, LSD Beats, and my brother, who's also my graphic designer, Abdallah.
That's what's up, man. Hey, we appreciate you, man. And I don't never take over it. So one of these days, Hitta Castro, I'm going to have you on the podcast episode. One of these days. I got a feeling the season 3 that's going to drop in March. We'll stay in touch. I know you're going to be on the road doing your thing by that time, but season 3 is going to be mean. It's real mean, man. But, like you said, gangsters move in silence. I don't really talk a lot. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to let that drop and let everybody know what's going on with that when they see that. But yeah, season 3 is going to be mean for the podcast this season. But I want to give you the opportunity to give the world a little bit of snippet of what you're working on behind the scenes right now, yo. So give us just a little, you know what I'm saying? Just a little taste, a little taste of something of what you got going on, yo.
So this one right here is going to be coming out mid-2021. It's called Spaz Session. The music video visual is bananas. So I'm going to give you guys a little sample of it.
All right.
Yeah, we out here. Yeah, we out here. We out here. Yeah, we out here. You go hard, I'ma go hard. Go smart so I go far. Blast up. These niggas need a gas up like a phone charge. I'm back in the business, I'm trapping and haters and copping the way, so I'm popping the pistol. Back in the way, and I'm popping like back in the day, and I'm making you react with his shit. I'ma get it off. Niggas won't beef, then I hit them off. Lay them down, then we hit them off. Can't talk, cause I split his jaw.
Oh, you gonna be shitting on them. You gonna be shitting on them, man. I don't think they ready, dog. I don't think they ain't ready.
Yeah, that Spaz Session is gonna set a whole tone.
Yo, that's hitting hard, man. Yo, that's gonna be mean. I'm looking forward to that, man. And of course, so to go along with that, before we close things out, is there gonna be like singles you're gonna be dropping like that? Is there an EP coming, or just gonna be
correct? So all of 2021, I'm just gonna focus on singles because I'm gonna be really too busy. But the thing that I did, I worked so much that all these singles I already recorded this year. Last year.
That's what's up.
I recorded last year to release this year because I already know I'm going to be on the road a lot. So I'm going to be dropping a song for all the couples out there called ROD. and that's gonna take off. I got Spaz Session. I got this dance record where it's gonna take off. Like I got a lot of singles that's gonna be coming out for 2021 with visuals.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Well, Hitta Castro, much love to you and your family, your success. I hope you can get all the success you can handle. Make sure to come back and visit with us, man, when we drop the podcast episodes, man. I'd love to have you back on, giving us your perspective on certain artists that we showcase. But today was all about Hitta Castro, so hit him up. Drop your social media on the one time real quick for him, homie, real quick before you close things out.
My Instagram is Hitta Castro, HittaCastro. That's the same as my Twitter.
All right.
My YouTube is HittaZone, HittaZone. And my Facebook is Hitta Music.
All right, we're going to have all those links in the description in this video. Y'all hit up Hitta Castro. If you wait, it's going to be too late. It's going to be already going to be famous. It's going to be too late by the time you catch on, all right? But, yo, shout out to you, Hitta. Shout out to our fans, followers, and supporters. Shout out to the Diggie A-2 movement. And, of course, as always, shout out to hip-hop. Y'all be easy and safe, 100.
Let's get it.